Hey guys, yeah, Greg Christensen here, Grandview Livestock. Yeah, it's snowing here again here. Um, Coming down pretty good right now. It's kind of cold, low 20s. But I got some numbers for you, and here we'll go in the office here and I'll show you what I come up with. Kept them an extra about 45 days and fed them. Um, so I kind of tallied this up. That's my best guess. I'd say we started with a 50-pound lamb. They may have been a little heavier than that, so we had some lighter weights we cut off. We didn't weigh them separate. But we took that 50-pound lamb, maybe he's 53, whatever, but we grew him to 74 pounds. Those are the ones we didn't sell in January. We grew them and took them to the Overbrook sale in into February there. Okay? And they weighed this, and they weighed this when we weighed them back in January just here at the farm. So we figured out what he would have brought in January. Well, I looked up a couple sales, probably around $375. Now, if he'd have been a fat 50-pound lamb, would have brought, maybe $4. But these weren't fat, that's why they stayed home, and they were kind of a thinner 50-pound lamb. They needed more finish on them. Might not even brought 375. I could easily see him bringing 350, 340. But then again, they may have weighed a little bit more too. So we're going to use 375 in this example. And we're going to keep them weighing at 50 pounds. It's not going to make a lot of difference, but that lamb would have been worth $187.50 there in January, let's say. So if you were buying some feeder lambs and you found something for $50, you could have bought for $375. And then we fed them, and the feed cost for that 45 days was $13.27. Now I had to again go back and figure out total feed used for everybody we were feeding, because these weren't fed by themselves. We also had replacement ewe lambs and some replacement doelings. And they would eat considerably more, they're bigger. Well, but I used a fairly conservative number, and counting the hay they would have ate and the pelleted feed we're feeding was $13.27. So that meant that we had $200.77 in them, then to feed them for another 45 days, counting what they would have brought in January. So we took them to sale there at Overbrook, and they were 74 pounds. And I forget, some brought 315, some brought 321. But anyway, averaged out to $235.32 a head. And so we still, even though the market declined on us, we still come out with $35.45 profit for feeding them. Take out the feed cost, tack that on. So if the market would have stayed, where these brought, say 315, 321, if they would have, like normally would have brought maybe 350, 360. Last year we got closer, I don't remember now, well, around 350 probably, but anyways, what I mean is they could have easily brought, that number could easily have been $50 a head, $60 a head profit for feeding them. So a couple things, you want to make sure they're finished well. They're fat. No matter what they weigh, if they're not fat, they're not going to sell well. And then you want to get enough weight on them to where they dollar up. Because see, if this has been, a 40-pound lamb, even if you brought $4, it's only $160. See, this is pretty good price, but it's only $187.50. So you got to get enough weight on them that they're going to dollar up and make it worth your while to feed them. So I didn't think that's too bad, really. I was hoping for a better price, but realistically, if you're getting $225 to $250, that's a pretty good price for those lambs. So, and I'll get the figures to you of the goats we sold up there too. This is just how the lamb deal worked. And so, plug some of those numbers into what you're doing, what you're feeding, and see how it works for you.